Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I haven't used this in a while, but I'm going to use it right now for this intro. Don't know why I bought that. Completely unnecessary. Anyway lads, today we're going to be reacting to Brand of Sacrifice, Lifeblood. Now this was an album that I kind of got, I won't say tricked into doing, but I was kind of unaware that these guys were a deathcore band because I included them on the metalcore poll and you guys have trolled me and voted it as the album that we are going to be doing. So today we are going to be going back to deathcore, which is, as you guys know, not my preferred genre. I have found tracks and certain projects that I've kind of fucked with, but for the most part, I like my deathcore sprinkled, or my death metal, or anything with death in it. Just death in general. Just stay away from me. Like, I'd rather not die. What am I on about? Make sure you leave a like in this video to help the algorithm, lads, because we're getting shafted by YouTube recently. I put up the Invent Animate video today, and I asked people to just spam the like on it, just to get the algorithm going again. And you guys are there to support, man, because anytime I actually specifically go out of my way to say, lads, do us a favor here and like these videos, you absolutely show up and just smash it. So on this one, I'm going to say it in the video. I know I always say like the generic, please like, subscribe YouTube thing, but I'm asking you guys, just
do it! Just do it!
Let's have it. Come on.
Hatred is where you turn when you can't face your grief.
Okay, I will say, if anything, lads, straight away, I know it's very early days. I like this. This is like more on the darko sounding deathcore. We'll see how it goes. I know it's still very early days, but I like the intro. I like the opening line as well. It's pretty epic. Hatred is where you turn when you can't face your grief. Okay. That is crashing in like so heavy. Why am I out of focus? Alright, let me pause real quick and figure out this camera situation. See, I think what the problem here is, I have the light that you can see right here, okay? So that is a magnet light that I've got clipped onto my door. And I didn't charge it last night, and I'm still out of focus, which is kind of annoying me. Fucking focus on me! Right, I'm gonna turn the camera off. Yep, I'm gone now. I'm gonna come back, and when I come back, I'm gonna be in focus, okay? Magic. Just like that. But what's happening here is, the light is drawing the camera over here, and it's seeing things on this, and it's bouncing off my door behind me, and it's focusing on what's behind me as opposed to me. And this is what happens when you're a noob with cameras and use autofocus. But manual focus is very hard to use when you don't have a focus puller, because it means I have to try and reach my arm out and focus on my face. Otherwise, I have to use a prop. So I get like, do you know what? No, I'm going to continue. If it does lose focus on me again, I'm going to turn off the camera, set it to manual focus so it doesn't lose me, because it is annoying and it's annoying me already. And I don't want to lose focus. But as far as the music goes, some of the breakdowns or the drops into heavier sections in that, excuse me, I had a Pepsi and it's giving me gas. But some of the transitions into the heavier parts and that were like hitting like an absolute freight train. And the vocals and everything, like instrumentally overall, the overall production sounded like the kind of deathcore that I have been into in the past. Like some of Darko's project, well, to be honest, Darko just go hard, to be honest. And it reminded me a lot of Darko. It kind of sounded like, what's his name? Tom Barber, his vocal style. And yeah, overall sounded cool. Let's go. Ow. Hurt my ears. Oh yeah. Fucking hell. Some of the productions give me Mick Gordon vibes, the way Mick Gordon mixes some of his tunes. This is living up to the name here, Demon King. Wow. I can get behind this kind of deathcore. I can get behind it. I think they're deathcore. I'm guessing that's the... The way they are crashing into each breakdown or each like how would you describe it's not really like a breakdown. Someone help me out here. I feel like I know what I'm trying to this Pepsi is fucking destroying me. Excuse me. Sorry. This is ear rape for anyone trying to listen to this. I'm going to focus again. Lovely. Come on, don't do this to me, man. Focus me. Good to see that my manual focus doesn't work here. Oh, this is so professional. I'm back. Anyway, it's not like the breakdown, because obviously the breakdown is like kind of a climactic moment. I suppose it's kind of a drop into another transition. They are like holding nothing back when it comes to how intense the break. It's like a drop. Let me describe it. Let me show you. Like, I feel like I'm literally being put through a car crash simulator when they drop back into certain segments of the track. Look here. There, that's it. But it was kind of both of them, but you'll notice it more on this next one. So raw. Even again, like, they're not even like dropping into anything else. It's just like I don't know if that's just like crash cymbals, but like different production on it to make it sound more raw. I don't know, but it sounds fucking heavy. Animal. But yeah, that track definitely lived up to its name. Okay, some different production. I like this. I like this so far, lads, for deathcore, as far as deathcore goes. Oh, I like that. Oh man. This is reminding me a bit of like feels like a more modern, maybe more polished Infant Annihilator. It's like final boss music. I love that choir in the background. Again, reminded me of Mick Gordon's production. Wow. Even still, it's still crashing in so heavy. This is definitely the least predictable track so far. Like, it's a lot to take in. A lot going on in it. Very busy, but it also, it's not. I can get behind a lot of these breakdowns, lads. You know me with deathcore, it's always been very hit and miss, and this so far is hitting. Still a little bit like on the what the fuck is going on spectrum, most certainly, but I think it has enough like techie elements to kind of keep me engaged without just being like, what is this noise destroying my brain? Like that. Even here, I feel like that doesn't sound right. Like even when I feel like that wasn't even warranted to like crash back into the next progression of the track, it just feels like it's just everything they do is just so pounding. It feels like instead of there being like a gradient through like growing through a track, like so say for example a normal track might move like this or whatever, it feels like they're just like going upstairs. It's like up to negative, like they're just crashing through into the next like progression of the track, if that makes sense. Or not progression, like the next stage of the progression, if that makes sense. Like there's no subtlety about it. Like like they just keep crashing into everything. It's like smashing shit off the walls. Next, heavier. Heavier. Okay, this is mental. What the fuck are they doing with... Is that a guitar? Nice. Again, man, I can't help but notice how much they're just crashing through into the next stage of the track. Let's go. Oh, wow, 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 wow. All right, deathcore. Oh, Jesus, man. Well, that was intense, to say the least. When did this album come out? Oh, can't beat a good. Oh, I love that electronic element that they've added to that. Open air. Nice. There's that kind of chorus choir again. Or not chorus, choir. Man, they're still doing it. Like, it's so abrasive, just crashing into every next step into the track. Ew. Yeah, this album came out in March of 2021. I think it was the 5th of March. So that's almost 2 years ago now. Jeez, that's crazy to say that March 21 is almost 2 years ago. That's nuts. Well, yeah, lads, this is up there with like one of my favorite deathcore projects that I've heard so far. So far, anyway, unless they just start going full like blast beats. I've not got a lot of projects to kind of compare it to, but it's definitely like giving me hope for the future. Wow. This is so cinematic. That feels like it was taken straight out of a trailer for a movie or something in Lord of the Rings. What else does that give me vibes from? Oh, what is it? Is it some Netflix show? Oh, that's annoying me, but I won't dwell too long on it. I wasn't expecting that next part after the pig squeal. Jesus, man. Oh, wow. My brain is getting fried here. What is... Oh, that is so slick. I absolutely love that. The way they transition from like the chaos and it's like they're opening the window of like the choir. It's like, oh, oh. That's what it feels like. It's like they just open up a window. Why is my forehead red? I just touched it there. They've like opened up a window, let the choir in for a second, then shut it real quick. That's what it feels like if I was to like imagine what I'm hearing, if that makes sense. Let me play that and give you a better... So imagine like there's all this chaos going on in a room and then they open the window, like a real dark room, all this chaotic, grungy noises going on, being the track that's playing, and then they open the window, bit of light gets through, choir, and then they're like closing. It's like they're letting it in for a second. It sounds really cool. Where is it? Here. How did it do it? Oh, that is so good. Oh no, don't do that. Is it a breakdown or is it just going to the next part? I thought it was going to be a wow, bum bum bum. That might be one of the better tracks. Just purely because of that that segment I discussed with it sounding like the windows being open to let the choir in when there's all this chaotic devil worshipping going on in the room. Oh, they've lost me here. Okay, now they've extra lost me. Okay, I'll give you guys credit for picking this, even though it was in the metalcore poll, and you should have said, Drew, take this out. I'll give you credit. Melody? No way. It's probably like the full extent of melody we're going to get in a deathcore track, to be honest. Oh, Jesus. Ew. Ew, 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 ew. Disgusting, disgusting, disgusting. I love how they're very riffy as well. Like, it's not just blasting you. I'm gonna bring that back, sorry. I just couldn't help but comment on it. Again, this kind of sounds like that Doom-esque riffage. I like that. Like, this is kind of maybe... There's a few, like, of the electronic elements that I've... It's almost like transitions into riffs or breakdowns that have kind of reminded me of Mick Gordon, but even though I hear this, even the way the guitars are tuned, and I like that as well, the tuning of some of the guitars isn't too... Like, it's not very traditional deathcore from what I've heard so far. It's definitely got a lot of the deathcore vocal elements, which I absolutely don't mind, providing it's not like the... I don't know, maybe this is because this is like a more... This is probably one of the newer deathcore projects I've actually heard, so I'm big on the more modern side of metal music at the moment, whether it be prog or metalcore, or whatever genre it is. Like, even some of the meme bands I've done are really, really cool because they like have a modern twist on it. Like I always say on this channel, I am coming from, I suppose, a EDM, like, dance music lover's background. I grew up on a lot of dance music. I also listened to a lot of kind of metal when I was growing up as well, so the two have kind of blended into, you know, my music taste now, and I like a lot of the metalcore bands, a lot of the new age bands that have implemented a lot of, you know, the electronic elements. So I do like that, you know, I now have a deathcore band that are also doing some elements of what I do enjoy as well, because it's kind of like broadening my taste. It's broadening my subgenres, because I am just kind of that guy who just fucking loves prog music and metalcore at the moment, and I feel like, you know, look, I'm not going to just start liking other shit for the sake of liking other shit. It's just purely, you know, sometimes you'd like to be able to say, well, like, why don't I like all of the other bands that everyone else seems to like? But, You know, maybe I just haven't met the right band. And maybe these guys might be that. But we'll continue on. This sounds like a fun riff. See, it has that kind of like chainsaw sound. Like, it sounds like it's been run through one of Mick Gordon's like synthesizers or some shit. I don't know. Has a very modern sound to it, put it that way. Oh, don't do the stutter. That's so fun. Oh, they're going with the melodic route again, are they? Just getting up a little bit. Oh, stop that. Kinda sounds like Breaking Benjamin. Not here. Actually, maybe a little bit. Some of the distortion in the vocals. I'm fucking with this album though. Reminds me of Bring Me the Horizon. What song is it? Fuck. This is a war. Parasite Eve. Again, produced by Mick Gordon. Don't bring the choir back in. Oh yeah. What Bring Me the Horizon track? Is it Parasite Eve? Yeah, let me play Parasite Eve real quick, and let me just go to the segment that I think it is. Pretty sure it's like the build up, the bridge into the breakdown. Yeah, it's this like kind of reminded me of the build up in that last track, Vengeance.
Windows. You can lock up your doors, yeah.
It kind of has that same like Mick Gordon out sound to it. Yeah. I'm sure there's a lot of other tracks that sound like this, you know, but it's just... The one it happened to remind me of is Parasite Eve. Anyway. Let me let this play into the next track. We're getting close to the end of the album, lads. This one's absolutely flown and I've really enjoyed it. It's like a good length as well, like 41 minutes is a good length for a... for any album, to be honest, but especially deathcore, I think it's because it's so fucking crazy, so intense. Drummer's a fucking alien. That's the third one we've gotten. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh, don't get slower. Oh, the tempo changes is fucking my head up. Anyway, that was a lot to take in for a track. This is the second last track, so this one's going to lead us right into the outro. This has been really good. I think deathcore of all genres is very important to have these breaks. And especially kind of make them meaningful as well, like the last break, which was the track What was the name of that track? Was it Perfect World or Prophecy of the Falcon? I think it was Perfect World. Where it was like a choir orchestra sound, very epic, Lord of the Rings cinematic. And this one feels more just kind of calming, soothing. You've just been battered for 40 minutes and they're like, right, you can have a break. We call this one the false sense of security. Oh, you're relaxed, Drew, are you? That's cute. I feel like I could do some meditation to this and make everyone close their eyes and fall asleep, perhaps. Hear the noise of me echo. I'm gonna turn it off now because I'm probably being annoying and ruining the track. Here we go. Destroy me. Oh. Yeah, I should have known shit was gonna hit the fan when the outro track was the title track. It all makes sense now. Oh no. Nah, it's gotta be the outro. Lads, that was fantastic. That was a fantastic fucking album. We might get pounded one more time. I might get slapped around. Oh, I love all this it's like church choir sound. It's like real Halloween. Oh, I nailed that one. Yes. It just left the window open now that I spoke about earlier. area at the end, that EDM sound creeping back in is beautiful. That's, man, this album has been produced so goddamn well. Who produced this? Reveal yourself. Can I check the producer on Spotify? I don't think I can. Let me just check real quick, lads. That was absolutely phenomenal. Well done to everyone who suggested that. Well, not even suggested it because, well, there was suggestions. That's why it ended up in the poll in the first place, because I may have just seen it on YouTube. I think I might have seen it on the comment section to one of my metalcore videos. Just someone, you know, chancing their arm, Drew, try this band. And sometimes I'll just go through and look for comments that have a few likes in them, or just random comments sometimes. And I'll just try them on the poll. They'll go up on Patreon. And on this one, because I haven't heard these bands, it's hard to know. Like, I can't tell which genre they are. I just go off your assumptions. If I see the comment on a metalcore video, or like a, you know, Voljarta Thal video or prog video, I kind of assume they're in and around that genre. And because I haven't been doing much deathcore, so it probably leads me to believe that maybe this comment was on like maybe a Darko video. But because I haven't done really any Darko videos recently, I've done like one video. And yeah, like maybe it was Voljarta or Humanity's Last Breath, because that's the only like comparison I can kind of see, because it really isn't metalcore, but it has a lot of the elements in music that I love. So it could have been any video that I've actually seen it on. But bottom line is that it was technically not supposed to be in the poll because it's a deathcore track, and I just don't have a deathcore poll running. And yeah, lads, it paid off. Like, I was kind of a bit nervous going in. Not even nervous, but like, I get excited, like very excited for certain like albums that I go into, and then other albums, I won't lie, because I maybe have heard like the band before and I wasn't really that sold on them before, and then they end up winning the poll. I'm kind of like, you know, naturally, if you don't really like a band when you first heard them, you're not going to be excited about going in and like listening to a new album by them. But this was one of them, because I knew it was deathcore, because I'd seen people in the comments on Patreon saying, Drew, like, this is deathcore. Like, I don't know why it ended up in the poll, but the album slaps. So I was kind of like coming home from work. I just came home from work, had my dinner, and came straight out. And I was kind of just like, dreading's probably a strong word, but I would have probably preferred to have listened to the next album, which we're going to do, which is Currents. And I can't remember what the name of the album is. It's the one that I haven't done yet with the cool, colorful, is I Let the Devil In. That's the one. That was the next one. Being honest, I would have rather sit down and listen to that, because Currents musically are more up my street than traditional deathcore. But this was actually very surprising, and sometimes that makes the albums a little bit sweeter as well, because I was going in a little bit like apprehensive about it. I was like, oh, I'm not going to enjoy this. But lads, look, you smashed it. I mean, this is where it's great, because I can build that trust in the polls, because sometimes you guys will just vote for things that I've never even heard of, and I'm like, okay, who are these guys? And I'll end up fucking loving them, and that'll be like my band for the next few months. So this is just another example of how you guys have absolutely smashed on Patreon. So shout out to everyone on Patreon, and shout out to everyone on YouTube who's been suggesting these bands in the comments as well. Guys, I'm going to rate this album like, I feel like it has to get more points, because, well, not more points, but just by default, it kind of goes up like a step or two, because it's like the first time I've well, not the first time, but it's like very rare that I massively fuck with a deathcore album. So I'm going to say that's like a 9. That's probably maybe an 8.6 or 7. Maybe an 8.6 or 7. That's a really strong album. There was so many like big slapping moments in it. I thought at the start, some of the like step ups in the progression of the track, you know what I was talking about, where like it almost crashed into the next segment. It kind of started to work more as the album went on, in my opinion. I felt like it was less like well maneuvered at the start. It just sounded kind of abrupt and abrasive, and it was like crashing into the next segment. But it felt like I noticed it less as the album went on. The production almost sounded like it was getting better, especially with like the choir elements that they added into it. With like, I use that kind of analogy or that kind of description of the choir, like the window being opened to like let the choir in for a second, letting some light into the mix, and then it kind of like keeps closing, and at the end in Lifeblood, the title track and the outro track, they kind of just like allowed everything in. It was just chaos. And then I liked some of the cinematic like moments within the middle of the track and kind of scattered throughout, especially the one in the very middle of the track where, you know, it was like a minute and a half long. That was a really cool element as well. But overall, a lot to take in, as is the case with a lot of deathcore. But this one in particular was like very technical deathcore, but also, you know, wasn't like technical in the sense that it was just all slamming, make as much noise as possible, all speed, all insane vocals, which I can always appreciate, but I don't always like love like from a musical standpoint. But I really fucked with this one, lads. So yeah, that is going to be... I'm stuttering. I made it 55 minutes without one stutter, and I do it now when I'm about to end the video. So look, that's life, lads. Sometimes you make it all the way to the final hurdle and you stutter. So yeah, lads, I'm going to wrap this video up. Thank you so much for watching. If you could leave a like on it, it'd be much appreciated, lads. Like I said at the intro to the video, the videos have, now granted, I took some time off because my house has been done up and all this kind of shit, so there's been a few factors. But if you guys could leave a like on this one to help the algorithm, like the videos have kind of like started to take a bit of a decline on, not even likes, just views in general. But if we get the likes up, then hopefully the algorithm will say, hey, this guy's not bad, let's send them to other people. So yeah, lads, help me out. If you did enjoy the video, that is, obviously you don't need to just like it, you know. There has to be some level of trade-off. If you enjoyed the video, if you stayed till now, please drop a like in it. Make sure you're subbed. Patreon will be in the description if you want to support me. That'd be much appreciated as well, lads. Help me be a full-time stutterer for the camera. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm signing out. Look after yourselves. I'll see you in the next video. Currents is up next, and then we're going to be doing the next 2 polls on Patreon, so get involved. Thank you so much for watching. I'm signing out. Cheers.